But I'm definitely still playing the game. I'm working on leveling all my jobs to 90, which is a kind of a big thing considering I started from level 1 last year and I didn't even level anything up until like January or so. That's when I started, and I really want to get all my jobs leveled up. For the relics, which are going to be connected to Manderville grind. Honestly, I don't know what to think about that. When it comes to Hildebrand and relics, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I am a little worried about this whole idea. I love Hildebrand. I am one of the one of the biggest Hildebrand fans ever. Hello, Victor. Welcome back. How are you? I am a little worried about them connecting the Hildebrand relic grind, Hildebrand to the relic grind. I'm saying grind, but I don't know if it's actually going to be a grind because they did say that it's gonna be a quest centric progression or whatever. Joke weapons. Sounds like it. You know what? Like I think most people, like yourself, like me, like plenty of others, they see nothing wrong with it. Like I personally see nothing wrong with that kind of thing being connected to Hildebrand, except for the fact that it just brings massively horrible memories from World of Warcraft where they had a good standalone feature that looked like something that people would want to go back to on their own, like Torghast. And I'm just so afraid that we're gonna get to the point where Hildebrand is no longer considered to be a standalone content. Hildebrand is amazing, and I would just hate for there to be some sort of stigma that like you have to do Hildebrand. When I started playing Final Fantasy, most of you guys were like, "Oh, you should play Hildebrand. It's so fun." Like I feel like that is never going to be happening to Sprouts. What is that? Did you hear that? Is that fireworks outside? I don't know. That was so weird. Um, I feel like people are never going to legitimately be like, "Oh, you should play Hildebrand. It's so fun," or whatever. But instead, people are going to be finding out Hildebrand when they're trying to find out what the Endwalker relics are. And I fear that the first impression of Hildebrand for a new player is going to be like, oh, Hildebrand, that's something that helps you unlock the relic, quests or whatever. I fear that there's going to be that not a negative energy, but a misconception over what Hildebrand is. It is true that it is one of the longest unlock systems from Realm Reborn up until Endwalker. It is long, it's fulfilling, it's fun, it's great, but it is also long. And yes, there are definitely side quests, trials, and whatnot connected to Hildebrand, but I feel like most people didn't really care about unlocking a tentacle trial that gives them what is it, a card or a green chicken pet. Like most people who wanted to do relics, I think that they didn't connect that sort of thing as something that is necessary for them to be done unless they are diving into relic content as completionists like myself, who would go into that sort of content with the mindset, I'm just gonna unlock everything. Do you know why I didn't start leveling my jobs? I didn't start leveling until I did every single one of my blue quests available from Realm Reborn until Endwalker, because I was too afraid that I'm going to be missing out on a possible dungeon or a possible trial that I could be queuing into, but I'm not. And do you know how satisfying for me it is to be queuing for a trial as a as a player who's done Hildebrand, only to be queued into a Hildebrand trial, knowing that all of these people also have done Hildebrand, because they wanted to, and now we're connected by that memory. Even though, yes, admittedly, a lot of people have done Hildebrand, I'm just so afraid. I am so afraid that people are not going to be looking at Hildebrand the same way. I am going to be excited about those relics. I'm excited. Half the weapon's gonna be a joke, then the last part is gonna be a real weapon. Maybe. Like we don't know what it's gonna be. But at the same time, I don't know. Like I know that I'm not the kind of person who likes doing things that I have to do. So, like, in order for me to do the relics, apparently I'm gonna have to do Hildebrand, even though I've already done it. And I'm happy that I did it because the quest lines are amazing. I'm just afraid that people are going to feel like the dev team is insecure about the Hildebrand content. Even though Hildebrand alone is like one of those three pillars. You know that meme of like three wooden what are they? Like poles or whatever holding a collapsing building. I'm not calling Final Fantasy a collapsing building. Let's just make that very clear. I do think Final Fantasy is doing very well, but if Final Fantasy were to be collapsing, I think that Hildebrand would be one of those poles holding that building, because of how good it is as a standalone feature. Um, yeah, that is one of the end games, and it's a less optional end game than it used to be, and I'm just afraid of how people are going to perceive that. Overall, I'm excited. I am. I just don't know how people are going to react to that, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to choose to not worry about it too much. Hopefully the dev team knows what they're doing. I trust them, with my game time, with my money, I have a lot of faith in this dev team, and I hope that they know it's going to be okay, and hopefully we're going to be proven time and time again that it is going to be okay.